First of all, we should understand why we need to meditate. Right? Meditation is not to gain some extraordinary siddhis or power. It is not for that. Or meditation is not just to get some sort of peace of mind. It is not for that also. Or if I meditate, maybe I may excel in my profession or in life. If you think that way, yes, it is right. But that is only a byproduct. You understand what I am saying? So meditation is not just to excel in your profession or in your life. Actually, meditation is to find the source of everything. The source of all knowledge, the source of all power, and the source of all love. So what is the source of all knowledge? What is the source of all power and all love? That is my own true self. Our scriptures say, Aham Brahmasmi. See, when I say self, you should not misunderstand. There are two sort of self we talk about. One is the ego self. Small I we say. The personality, the ego. That is also called as I only. I, ahankaram so that I. But when you transcend that I, that ahankar, that ego, and when that I dies, then reveal the true self, the true I. So that true self, which is called as Paramatma, or Pati, or Shivam, whichever way you call it, or you may call it as Allah, or you can call it as the Buddhahood, whatever you want to call it, or if you want to call it as emptiness, whatever you want to call it, that is the source of all knowledge, all power, and all love. So, that is here in our own hearts, the self, the true self. So meditation is to turn the mind from the world of objects, emotions and thoughts and focus it on oneself, the true self, and to discover the true self and to abide in it. I will repeat. See, mind means what? Mind is nothing but flow of thoughts. Like river is flow of waters, mind is nothing but flow of thoughts. Now the mind is always extrovert and getting lost only in the world. It is shattered in different places, in time, past, present, future, and in different objects. So our minds are continuously shattered. Some of you are sitting here, you are as if looking at me, but your minds may have gone somewhere. இன்னைக்கு இரவுக்கு நான் சாப்பாடு சமைக்கலையே, அவர் கோச்சுக்க போறாரு, எப்போ முடியுமோ தெரியலையே, வந்து மாட்டிக்கிட்டோமா கடவுளே, நடுவில் எதிர்ந்து போனா கோச்சு போறா சாமி. So when we are sitting here, the mind has a knack of just going anywhere it wants. You understand? So to gather all those rays and then to focus that on oneself in a search of who am I, and to dive within and to discover one's true nature, that is called as the God or Paramatma. Not that small I, the ego. That is very poisonous. That is the source of all evil. That's so small I called as Pashu in Siddhanta terminology, or Ahankaram, or the Jiva, the individuality. That I am not talking about the self. That is a false self. So when you inquire what is my true self, and when you dive within and abide, that is meditation actually. Why? When you reach the source of all knowledge, all power, all love, then that is the real life. Then you live life king size. You understand? So that is meditation. So to go about what is required, one of our Swami, he is a great Acharya, he used to say, put the mind into put process. That is meditation. What is that? Put the mind into put process. Put means what? P-U-T. Put process. That is meditation. What is put process? P. Purify the mind. U. Unify the mind. T. Transcend the mind. Meaning, in our effort to turn our mind and focus on our own self, what we have to do to start with, we have to purify the mind. Why? Now the mind is full of raga dvesha, likes and dislikes, desire, attachment, and so much of confusion, all vulgar sort of things inside. So the mind has to be purified first. And then that mind which is purified is available for concentration or meditation. Then we focus the mind, that is unify the mind. And once the mind is unified, it gathers tremendous strength. So then you have to apply yourself. That is a technique where you can transcend the mind. So when the mind is transcended, then the true self is revealed. Because the true self is just behind the mind. Means the confusion of the thought, the true self is as if covered. So when all the thoughts subside, when the mind is transcended, there you are with your true self, which is the source of everything. So how to purify the mind? Yes, that is where we have to go to the temple, worship the Lord, sing His glory. Those things are very helpful. Go for Tirtha Yatra, attend satsangs like this. These are all to purify the mind. You understand? And if you are doing any action, do it with the right bhavana, meaning offering to the Lord, and whatever comes, accept as His prasad. These are all the ways to purify the mind. So once the mind is purified, next effort is to unify the mind. You know why? When the mind which is scattered, which is just roaming everywhere, is a weak mind. Meaning that mind cannot resist temptation. That mind cannot face challenges. That mind cannot think properly. That mind cannot take good decisions. And that mind is full of negativities. But at the same time, if you gather the thoughts and if you can focus it on one object of meditation for some time, when the mind is focused, the same mind gathers strength. It becomes more powerful. How this can happen? One of our physics lecturer, he used to explain. See, you have seen magnet now. Magnet, just ordinary magnet. It attracts an iron piece, right? How is it possible? At the same time, if you take an ordinary iron piece, is it attracting any other objects? No. What is the difference? The magnet is also just an iron piece only. But you know what? The difference is in the iron piece. Please follow me carefully. The molecules are oriented in different direction. When the molecules are oriented in different direction, the sort of the potential or the energy, whatever you call, of one molecule is cancelled because it's oriented in some other direction. So other molecules are oriented in other direction. Likewise, when they are oriented in different direction, the energy or whatever power, whatever you call, the field is cancelled mutually, and it's just an iron piece. But if you want to make that iron piece a magnet, what you have to do? We have learned in our science lab. Take a small piece of magnet and then rub that iron piece in one direction. When you rub, what happens? All the molecules which are oriented in different direction, they just come and then they orient in one direction. When all of them are oriented in one direction, all the energy field or whatever, the power, the potential, all of them add up, and then it becomes a magnet which can attract. Similarly, the mind which is distracted, which is shattered, becomes a weak mind, and we cannot achieve anything, either this world or of that world. That mind which is focused, concentrated, gathers great strength. It can do wonders. Swami Vivekananda. If you utter that name, Swami Vivekananda, what an inspiration. Why? Because he lived his life that way. Why? How is it possible? Because he is a yogi, a great man of meditation. So therefore, when he said, from that yogic power, dear sisters and brothers of America, everybody started, wonderful. But if you and I go and tell, everybody will say, okay, what next? Means that creates power. His words gathers a lot of power because of his yoga shakti. It's not just like that. It's brahmacharya and yoga shakti it is. So therefore, meditation in the initial stage is to gather the mind. So what we have to do? We keep an object of meditation and we try to focus our attention on that object of meditation. Let us say we take the form of the Lord Muruga, let us say. So we chant his divine name, Om Saravana Bhavaya Namaha, and then we focus our mind only on that divine form of, let us say, Sidney Murugan. Again and again you chant his divine name, whatever mantra or whatever, and focus your mind there. When you do it continuously, mind gets focused. But that will not happen overnight, because we have spoiled our mind for ages. So the mind will go again and again, start roaming here and there. But the effort in meditation is to bring in the mind again and again. Yata yata nischarati manas sanchalam astiram tata tata niyamya atmanyeva vayam nashet. Gita says, whenever you find your mind getting out of focus, scattering, means roaming here and there, again and again bring back the mind and keep it on the focus, on the object of meditation. This is unifying the mind. This is meditation to start with in the beginning stage. So once when you really master yourself in this technique of focusing the mind, unifying the mind gathers strength. Not only that, it gets trained. See, even in the ordinary world, who is successful? That person who can keep the mind where his hands are at work, he is successful. That is what our Yoga Swamigal says. Kayyum meyyum karuthirku isaiha, seivanayellam sevvane seiha. See how beautiful. Seivanayellam sevvane seiha. Kayyum meyyum karuthirku isaiha. Meaning, keep the mind where your hands are at work. So, when you start meditating, when you train your mind only to focus on the object of meditation, now for this half an hour, I will not go here and there anywhere. I am going to just only focus on this object of meditation. When you train yourself, even when you work in the world outside, the same habit continues. Whatever work you are doing, the mind is there. That is the ingredient for success. Wherever, whatever you are doing, if the mind is available and if it is focused there, there you are. Am I right or wrong? But now our problem is, whatever we do, mind is not available. படிக்க போகும்போது தான் கிரிக்கெட் பார்க்கணும்னு ஆசை வருது. ஐயோ கிரிக்கெட் நல்லா போயிட்டு இருக்குமே, நான் படிச்சுட்டு இருக்கேன். கிரிக்கெட் பார்க்கும்போது பயம் வருது. ஐயோ படிக்காம கிரிக்கெட் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கேன். ஐயோ நாளைக்கு எக்ஸாம். So we are unable to enjoy anything because our minds are not anywhere. You understand what I am saying? So, if you have trained yourself, even 10 minutes, if you take your book and if you study, if you read, everything will be clear. It goes within because your mind is available. It is very sharp because you have trained your mind. It has got a special power of absorbing things. So this is the benefit of unifying the mind. But after that, how to transcend the mind? Transcending the mind means what? Whatever the thought arises, you have to just watch. Good or bad or vulgar thought, whatever thought arises, you need not do anything. Just be a Shakshi Matram and watch and observe the thoughts. இதைத்தான் யோகர் சுவாமி சொன்னார், முட்டாது பூசை செய்ன்னு சொன்னார். முட்டாது பூசை செய். Meaning what? When you sit quiet, in this technique, this is the second technique I am talking about to transcend the mind. In this technique, you just sit quiet. If the thought comes, let it come. If the thought dances, let it dance. If it goes, let it go. I have nothing to do with this thought. Whether it is good, bad, or it is vulgar, I have nothing to do with it. வந்தா வா, இருந்தா இரு, போனா போ. வந்தா ஏன் வந்தேன்னு கேட்க மாட்டேன், இருந்தா ஏன் இருக்கேன்னு கேட்க மாட்டேன், போனா ஏன் போனேன்னு கேட்க மாட்டேன். Like that, if you can just observe and watch the thought, சும்மா இருந்தோன்னா, just பார்த்துட்டே இருந்தோன்னா, பார் சுரண்டி பார்க்காதேன்னு சொல்றார் யோகர் சுவாமி. If we can observe the mind with perfect detachment, without meddling with the thought, how we meddle with the thought? We give positive value or negative value. Either we indulge in the thought or we resist the thought. See, please understand. More you resist the thought, more it will gain power, more it will gain strength. ஓ நான் நல்ல பையன், எனக்கு இந்த கெட்ட நினைப்புலாம் வரக்கூடாது, ஓ கடவுளே இந்த நினைப்பு வரக்கூடாதுன்னா it will come with force. That is the nature of the mind. Then what you should do? வந்தா வந்துட்டு போகுது, இருந்தா இருந்துட்டு போகுது. ஒரு கெட்ட நினைப்பு வந்தால் நான் கெட்ட மனுஷன் ஆகிட மாட்டேன். When I entertain that wrong thought, I lower myself. But let it come, let it dance, let it go. I am the Chaitanya Swarupam and these thoughts cannot do anything to me. And you just watch and observe the mind, the thoughts. Sometimes the thought dances. After that, it goes. If you allow the thoughts to pass, it will pass. But we don't allow the thoughts to pass. We go on meddling with the thought. Either we indulge or we resist or we verbalize or we analyze, we judge, we do so many things. Instead, just watch and observe the thought. See, actually we give power to the thought to disturb us or to bind us. The thoughts can never bind us. Because of our likes and dislikes, because we love certain things, we hate certain other things, we give the power to the mind to disturb us. If we can remain neutral, without any like or dislike. வேணும்னு சொல்ல மாட்டேன், வேணான்னு சொல்ல மாட்டேன், சும்மா இருப்பேன். அப்படி பார்த்துட்டே இருந்தோன்னு சொன்னா, thoughts let it come, let it go, whatever happens, I just remain the Sakshi. So this is how we have to transcend the mind. So once the mind is done, meaning what? After some time, the mind loses its potency to bind you or to disturb you. So the thoughts will just die down. And there will come a stage where there are no thoughts. You have transcended the thought. Chitta vritti nirodha yoga, Patanjali Yoga Sutra says. So you can remain in a state where you are not disturbed by any thought. Just you remain. And there the truth is revealed. There you will not know the truth because you can never know the truth. You know what? Even Brahma and Vishnu, they went in search of Adi and Mudi, of Shiva. They could never fathom the Adi or Mudi. Who are we, you and I, to know the truth? Nobody can know the truth. If the Ahankara dies, then the truth is revealed. Meaning what? It is revealed to you. Meaning what? You can only be the truth. You cannot know the truth. It is சொல்றது அருணாச்சல தத்துவம். அருணாச்சல தத்துவம் என்னன்னு கேட்டா, பிரம்மா விஷ்ணுவாலையுமே அடிமுடியை காண முடியல. இப்போ நீயும் நானும் எங்க போய் அடிமுடியை காண்றது? அவனை அறிய முடியாது, அவனை பணியத்தான் முடியும். So in meditation, when your mind is focused and when you sit quiet, சும்மா இருந்தோன்னு சொன்னா, everything dies down. And by itself, the Atma, the truth is revealed. And you enter into a different dimension where it is the peace that passeth the understanding, where it is not duality, it is beyond, where it is not the word and I, it is just the one. So that happens. So this is the meditation as far as I know. Means I know means what? Whatever our gurus have taught us. So it is first to purify the mind. For that everything is required. Temple visit, worship of the Lord, developing devotion to the Lord, singing His glories, vratam, tirtha yatra, everything is to purify the mind. Because our mind is so confused and so polluted now. See, another important thing I want to tell you. Now Indian government is going to spend thousands of crores of rupees to clean Ganga. Our Gurudev once he blasted. What nonsense, cleaning Ganga? Stop polluting Ganga. It is always pure. We only pollute Ganga by allowing all the industrial waste to mix and to sort of go with it. And then we take a broom and we say cleaning Ganga. You stop polluting Ganga, Ganga is always pure. Similarly, we pollute our mind with wrong inputs and then we say we are going to clean the mind. First of all, stop polluting the mind. Garbage in, garbage out. You know, when you put garbage inside, only garbage can come out of you. Whatever you are reading or you are seeing is all garbage. Hearing is garbage, talking is garbage, means everything will be garbage only. The output from you is only garbage. That is why Mahatma Gandhi said, don't see evil, don't hear evil, don't talk evil. Meaning what? We should not voluntarily go on putting rubbish into our minds. We have to be very careful. We should only put the right thing into our mind. So this is purifying the mind. And then as I told you, unifying the mind. By concentrating on one object of meditation. And then just by observing the thoughts, by being a witness, muttadu poosa senjonna, then we transcend the mind. And in the transcending of the mind, there is no knowing of the truth. It is just being the self. And in that being, the truth or the source of all is revealed to you. And there you are. This is in just what is meditation. This is the gist of meditation. Right. I have concluded. Now it is up to you. You can ask whatever you want.
மனதை வழிபடுத்துறதுக்கு உணவில் ஏதாவது தாக்கம் இருக்கா?
Yes, definitely. See, for watching the mind, you need balance. You need alertness, awareness. So that will come with sattva. So you have to develop sattva to be alert. Pasithiru, thanithiru, vilithiru, padavi kittu. Pasithiruna eppiyum pasichirukradhu illa. The thirst to know the higher. Thanithiruna கூட்டத்துல சேராம தனியா உட்கார்ந்திருப்பேன்னு இல்ல. தனித்துன்னு அர்த்தம் செம்மறி ஆட்டுக்கூட்டம் மாதிரி எல்லாம் செய்யறது நான் செய்ய போறது இல்லை. எனக்குன்னு ஒரு தனியான விஷன் இருக்கு, பாதை இருக்கு, நான் தனித்து இருக்கும். விழித்திருந்தா மீன்ஸ் வாட்? அலர்ட், பி அலர்ட். ஸோ மைண்ட் அலர்ட்டாக இருக்கிறதுக்கு சத்துவம் தேவை. ஃபார் தட் சத்துவம் ஒன்லி வி ஹேவ் டு ஈட் சாத்விக் ஃபுட். அதான் என் குருதேவர் சொல்வார் சுவாமி சின்மயானந்தர், டோன்ட் மேக் யுவர் ஸ்டொமக் அ கிரேவ் யார்ட், பரியல் கிரவுண்ட் அப்படிம்பார். பிகாஸ் வி ஆர் மேக்கிங் யுவர் ஸ்டொமக் அ பரியல் கிரவுண்ட் ஒன்லினா வி ஆர் பரியிங் த டெட் ஆப்ஜெக்ட்ஸ், டெட் திங்ஸ். கோழியை வெட்டி அதை புதைக்கிறோம், ஆடை வெட்டி புதைக்கிறோம், இப்படி கண்டதெல்லாம் இன்னும் நான் சொல்லவே எனக்கு வாய்க்கூஸ், அதெல்லாம் வெட்டி வெட்டி உள்ள புதைக்கிறோம் இல்லையா? If you make your stomach the burial ground, your mind will become very mandam, meaning what? Dull, not fit for meditation, and it leads to only rajas and tamas. That is why there is so much of confusion in this world. I tell you, the confusion is because the violence, the aggression is because we eat wrong food. And we justify saying, where will you get proteins? Where will you get this? Where will you get that? As if our forefathers were not having proteins. They have lived a wonderful life, 90 to 100 years. And these doctors have to be blamed. அவங்களுக்கு ஒண்ணுமே தெரியாது உடம்பு பத்தி. They confuse everybody. Oh, you should eat this. சின்ன குழந்தைக்கு இதெல்லாம் கொடுத்தாதான் அது வளரும். What nonsense. See, the non-vegetarian food destroys your minds. You know, that punitha tanmaiye keduthirudu. And you become all rakshasas by eating all this nonsense. I am sorry to tell you that. That is why so much of violence in this world, so much of aggression. So therefore, food is very, very important. If you want to be a meditator, growing in inner life, you need to eat sattva food. All the Mahatmas have said. Not one or two, all the Mahatmas have said. But if you want to only go in the world and get lost in the world, you can do anything you want. Nobody can stop. But if you want to really know the truth, you have to be sattvic. To develop sattva, you need to eat right food. Not only right food, as I told you, even the inputs what you put through other senses also should be sattvic. You understand? And what you talk also should be very pleasant and very good. All not harsh words. இனிய உளவாக இன்னாத கூறம் கனி இருப்ப காய் கவர்ந்தற்று. So therefore that is important. I am sorry to have been very harsh. I don't know why I said that way. Okay.
Swami, in the world so many millions are eating non-veggies. Are they creating sin?
No, it's not sin or anything. See, when you eat a lot of non-veg, ஒன்று வந்து மூளையில் வந்து மந்தத்தன்மை உண்டாகுது. Because it's all gross food. Second thing is, when you kill that animal dies with fear. So that those things subtly it goes with the flesh. So when you eat that, you develop lot of fear, lot of aggression, ஒரு மாதிரி வெறி, இதெல்லாம் உண்டாகிறதுக்கு காரணம் நம்ம சாப்பிட்ற உணவுல தான் இருக்கு. See, in this world there is a UN, peacekeeping, this, that, so many things, but how much of violence in this world? Everybody is killing, beheading, and killing. Why? Because everybody has become rakshasas, like very ferocious in their minds. Because of the food. I would say because of the food. Maybe there may be other factors also. But mainly because of food. It's not sin or anything. But if you want to be a good person, sattvic person, who wants to know the higher self, then definitely you have to change your food habits. Slowly. But there also in our scriptures it is said, if you are a kshatriya, if you are on the battlefield, trying to fight a war, then you can eat. Because for that you need rajas. To kill somebody, you need that rajas. So that is fine. If you are in the Australian cricket squad, if you are a Brett Lee, if you have to bowl 130 km per hour, You need some sort of that kind of a raw power. Then you have to eat. தயிர் சாதம் சாப்பிட்டு ஜவஹர் ஸ்ரீநாத் மாதிரி ஓடி வந்து போட்டால் 100 கூட வர மாட்டேங்குது, 80 கூட வர மாட்டேங்குது. You understand what I am saying? Jawahar Srinath is a vegetarian. I am just joking. So for that you need, but otherwise, for the sattva is good. And Jiva Karunyam also. For you to enjoy, how can you harm anybody, any being, any living being? In that context also, Jiva Karunya context also, it's important. Yeah.